Assalamu alaikum. My name is Naisha Akima James Sar. I am the director and the founder of Iqraba Bilingual Academy. Alhamdulillah, we have made it to a new year, a new opportunity to perfect this honorable mission. A chance to improve ourselves, our families, our communities, and ultimately impact the Ummah in a way that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 2018 is our new beginning. We have struggled together for 8 years, mashallah, to earn international recognition for our efforts, and alhamdulillah, this year it all came to pass. And we have so many to thank. The first, we would like to thank the parents of Iqra who walked through our doors in Mermoz. Some found no tables or chairs. Weeks later, some found just a few. They came from all walks of life with a common goal that linked to the vision that is Iqra. A goal to raise up children in the way that they should go, fulfilling their responsibility to educate their children so they are well prepared to be productive and responsive global citizens who act in accordance with the tenets of their deen. Children who know who they are, what is their mission on earth, and how best to worship their creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in everything they do, in all of their work, their play, their learning, and their living. Thank you to the pioneers of Iqra. Your reward is assured, inshallah. We also have to thank the parents who stood by us through thick and thin. We all knew that the opening would be very difficult, and expanding a business on a continent is not an easy task. Not one for the faint-hearted or those who get easily discouraged. We have proven time and time again that we can rise above the misguided intentions of those who have less than our best interest in mind, who have not learned how to constructively express themselves or act as a positive change agent. We have a lot to learn about how to be honest about our shortcomings and how to build on the many strengths in this community and overcome challenges as a community, one Iqra, united and progressive in the service of Allah. We thank you so much for your unwavering commitment. And finally, our new parents who have heard the Iqraba story. We have been told so many times, you do not advertise. I have never seen Iqra in most publicity. We have never seen you on TV, on radios. We have a waiting list that is more than, that we can bear at this particular time. This has proven that the word is getting out. Mashallah, every year the demand for an Iqraba type education is more than we can meet. May Allah help us to live up to our expectations and give our children success in the areas that matter most to them and to you. Ameen. Because of you all, a dedicated and hard-working administration and teaching staff, committed parents, and a diversified group of learners excelling across the board, we are pleased to be members of the first American Islamic international school on the continent of Africa. We have made history and glorified Allah through this work. We dare not drop the ball now or ever. The world is watching us. We must keep the bar high and commit to excellence day in and day out. We have to make this generation better than the one before it, inshallah. We recently, in a staff meeting, asked, what is true success? At Iqra, our motto is faith, discipline, excellence. We want our kids and our staff to know the religion of Islam, to understand how to conquer their nifs, to do what is right at the right time, even when they don't want to use their knowledge and practice the deen to propel them towards excellence in all areas. We're up for the challenge, but we need your help. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in his Quran, O you who believe, save yourselves and your family members from the hellfire. Even if you are a child, you can gently and respectfully remind your parents of their duties to Allah and hopefully encourage them to get back on track. Do we spoil them? Giving them all they want, in turn, setting them up for a miserable life that will lead them to Jahannam? Or do we ensure that the love that we have for them leads them to Al-Akhirah? Your wealth and your children are a test. You will have to answer for them. How did you deal with them? How did you prepare your children for the day they will confront Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We are parents, teachers, role models. We are shepherds, and we have a responsibility to our flock. What is the meaning of parenting? Caretaking, education to help your child go from dependent to independent. You need to be a role model. We all do. Ask yourself, am I a role model for my child? The way I treat my spouse, my children, my neighbors, other family members, my colleagues, is this the best of ways? Parenting is an expression of true love. Love may not mean giving in to that which is detrimental, but we have to refuse in a beautiful fashion. Don't instruct, but engage. Explain why you want your children to deny themselves certain wants. Your influence is your best model. Are your children the new orphans of this generation? You may not be dead, but are you present in the lives of your children? Do your children come home and try to talk to you and you respond absent-mindedly? Do you talk to your spouse kindly, or do you disrespect him with a gaze or with a nasty tongue? Put aside everything and look into the eyes of the person talking to you. It's far more spiritual than sending a message. Let them know that they're more important than your telephone. Parenting is not just about a relationship between spouses. You know, if you yell and scream at your spouse, your children will mimic you. Before you can speak, they mimic you. Have you ever seen a child? I know I have one. When you start to perform salah, even before they understand what salah is, even before they can talk, they start to mimic you. They may mimic you even behind your back, your bad deeds. So be careful of what it is that your children see you do. We need to understand our children. To understand your children, you need to know the 6 A's. Attention. Do I pay attention to my child? Acceptance. Do I accept my child for who they are? Approval. Do I praise my children? Some cultures may disapprove of praising their children. Even the Prophet ﷺ acknowledged the children and praised the children. Acknowledge their strengths with love and patience, and help them work on their weaknesses. Appreciation. Say thank you to our children. Affection. The Prophet ﷺ kissed his grandson. Touching and embracing a child is like showing them mercy. Authority. You need to display authority. Have guidelines, and when you trespass those guidelines, when your children trespass those guidelines, and they surely will, be loving with them but firm. With the 6 A's, you are showing the seeds for the future, and we feel blessed and deeply honored to join hands with you in helping you to raise your children. To be loving, tolerant, merciful, disciplined, God-fearing Muslims and Muslimas. May Allah elevate our iman, bless our intention, and give us success in this mission. With this test, our beloved children, that we may raise them up in a way that is pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If they please Allah, of course they will be pleasing to us and testify for all of us on the Day of Judgment. Faith. We love our deen. To love something, you must know it. At Iqra Bilingual Academy, your children will learn and love their deen, inshallah. Discipline. We are conscious of who we are and what Allah expects from us and struggle to please Allah on a daily basis. Excellence. To whom much is given, much is expected. Excellence starts with goodness. It is a manifestation of an intention to do good, to strive for the best, to not take anything for granted. It is a commitment to use our God-given talents to elevate ourselves and this ummah. Every day, everywhere, in every way. No excuses. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I now declare the 2017-18 school year officially open. May Allah bless us with this new chapter in the history of Iqra Bilingual Academy and help us to do all we can to bring honor and praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through this work. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.